Remember, you are given as your richest birthright the privilege of controlling your own thoughts. Therefore, treat this divine gift with the profound respect to which it is entitled, and do not allow anyone to do your thinking for you, or to influence your thinking in any manner whatsoever, except by the rules of accurate thinking I am passing on to you. Follow this procedure regardless of what people think or say about your method of thinking. If they wish to call you a cynic or a doubting Thomas, let that be their misfortune. But for your own good, go right on thinking by rules which will save you from many mistakes and tragedies throughout your life.
Hello, everyone. My name is Irene Daniel. I welcome you back to this powerful empowerment community. This space is specially devoted for you, for your growth, for your expansion, and the unfolding of a greater, better version of yourself. But you see, when you are coming here and you are just gathering knowledge, nothing really extraordinary will happen. You see, when you want to come here and you are understanding the meaning and you feel the resonance, so that great unfolding of a greater, better version of yourself is really when you start to consciously apply these principles. This is when true transformation happens. And this is when extraordinary results starts to unfold, because there is something that shifts first within you. So if you are here the first time, if you've never been here and you are here today, I welcome you. I'm very happy you found this exclusive series in which I am presenting 2 times a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 3 p.m. Central Europe time. I'm located in Germany. Maybe you also want to share where you come from, and if you are maybe related with these principles already, you already heard about, are you aware of them? If yes, how are you implementing in your daily life? And how huge impact it has in your life. I would love to hear a bit more of you. if it's now or later when you see the replays, because every time I come live, I release it, of course, because I want that you gain really the depth of this information. And so that's why, you see, share. You may want to share your thoughts, your experience, because in this way you are showing a great attitude, you see, and of course you may inspiring others to do so. You see, with your experience you may awaken, or other people may resonate and feel with that very much empowered to change something in their lives. Okay, so we are here to grow together. I am not greater than you. We are all greater, but we are unique. We are having something special within. And so this is what makes us, let's say, different from each other. But this uniqueness comes really from something, from that place of pure consciousness and from that place of thinking, responding, that rather than to react. Yes. So every principle we explore here in this exclusive channel here in YouTube, it's really an activation, a key that unlocks or has the potential to unlock your potential, for you to become aware of your purpose and your personal power. And the beauty of all this is that this all is really available to you for free. You see, this is coming from my heart because I serve really from a place of abundance. And I'm always here 2 times a week, as I was saying. Actually, I always plan 30 minutes, which most of the time it goes like 40, 50 minutes. I'm really operating from a higher frequency. It means from a really abundant state of mind. And this is because I really embody these principles. Yes, these principles are keys to unlock something greater within us. It don't add nothing to us, but when we start to apply, to make that greater questions, when we start to walk the talk, this brings us to that, the reason why we're here. Yes, we start to see life with a different lens. Yes, with a different eyes. And so just see the replays. Today is the 7th episode. And as I was saying, I always release the lives here. Of course, it would be nice when you're here too. And because here you have really the, let's say, the luxury, the rich to be here with me and to connect with me so that you can interact, make questions. You see, this is really a great service that in which I have great intention, high intention, really to bring transformation to you. Yes. So see the replay, study and apply it. You see, personal growth is not a straight path. Yes. It's a constant revelation. Yes. You will start to realize during the process, that the process, it's really has always been the auxiliary of life and not the destination. Yes, we all have a vision, a goal, yes, which is amazing. We have a direction, we understand our purpose, we have an intention, yes. But the essence of life is really we walking, we embodying it. Pieces that are within us that we are not even aware of it. But while the process of growth, development, expansion, yes, we start to recognize. And this is the phenomenal about these principles. You see, when I start my journey in the personal development, it was 2021. I never forget that day, April. I started in April, and it was, of course, a process. But after some months, yes, after some months, I decided to create my own business. I wanted to create my own ideas, my services. I wanted to give in a certain way that I was not depending from no one in how I need to lead my life and how I want to serve others. So I wanted to be free, and then I became free through these principles that I started also with these principles of Napoleon Hill. Actually, Thinking and Grow Rich was the workbook I was studying with an amazing mentor, and so after few months, I grounded my business in the healing arts before I even became a coach. Yes, a personal trainer with the Napoleon Hill Institute certified. So you see, it was a matter of months. Yes. So, and this because I realized that I had a choice. Where I was in that time, I was not satisfied. And to be not satisfied is really great, because this makes us to, at least with me, it made me start to think about. Yes. And through this principle, of course, then even it gains speed. Yes. So I tell you that these principles are really key that unlock something within you, the leader within you. Yes. So when you follow these principles, your awareness expands and you begin to understand that you have a choice. The way I also start to recognize that I have a choice. Yes, I have a choice. And no matter how the situation outside is, at the end, it was always my choice. But I was not aware of that. Yes. So you have a choice. You have a choice in how you want to show up every day, a choice in how you grow, a choice in how you embody the truth that everything you need is already within you. So, and by saying that, let's begin with today's episode. And today's episode is positive mental attitude. I call it really, for me, it's really the power of conscious choice. Yes. This is where, let's say, freedom is. You have the choice. No one can really no one can really tell you nothing. You have the power to choose. But when we are drifting, when we are not having a direction, when we are not aware of our higher faculties, our higher gifts and talents, yes, when we are only looking outside, not knowing that everything is within us, that we are the cause, and the outside is really an effect, and it is so. It is so. This gives us or awake within us the responsibility of our lives, to take responsibilities over our lives. Yes. And this is really, for me, amazing. This is freedom. I always say it's freedom. Yes. So, Napoleon Hill, he defines a positive mental attitude. He describes as the right mental attitude in all circumstances. You see, you should always keep your mind on the things that you want rather than the things that you don't want. Yes. There is a French proverb that says, be very careful what you set your heart on, for you will surely achieve it. So you see, success attracts more success, while failure attracts more failure. And for me, the power of conscious choosing is a power that sets us all free. So when you take the power back, because we are always giving to other people, because we're not aware, you see, not because we know what we're doing. Most of people are not knowing what they're doing. And that's why we must, especially the ones who are very much aware, have that compassion. Yes. Because when we know what we know, when we're coming from a higher consciousness, so this is where great power also demands great responsibility. This is where we must understand and honor where other people are, yes, and respect where they are, allowing them to decide. You see, now we allow them to decide to live the lives that they really truly want, even if they are not in that higher consciousness. It doesn't matter. What matters is, what are you being and doing and having in your life? And so here is you becoming or coming from a higher consciousness. Here is you understanding that you are not depending or on the mercy from circumstances. You are not. You see, it's more the way you see the world. The way you are seeing the world is the way, with your eyes, of course, the way you see the world with your eyes is really the perception in which you are operating. Yes, it's the perception in which you are operating. Are you operating from fear? So now you may think that everything, the way you react to circumstances are going to be very much different from when you are seeing the world with the perception through your eyes, when you are coming and operating from faith, from love, from abundance. Yes. So here you already should start to pay attention when I'm telling you. And so be open and reflect when you see the replays, and reflect about it. Because it's not the situation. It doesn't matter how the situation is, and how really it may impact you. You have the choice to go and ask to yourself, how can you change the situation? You cannot change the situation when you join the situation, but that actually you want to change. You have to go from a higher perspective. You see, you use that mental faculty, the perspective of what is that you really want. There you focus, yes, in the thing that you really want, not ignoring the reality, but now you are coming from a higher place. And you start to see things different, I guarantee you. And with that, you start to make, you see, you start to respond to life different. You are not reacting no more. And through that state of being, because you're operating from a higher consciousness, you are going to respond in ways that you, from things that you really want, from a higher perspective, and you will gain a different result. Because perception, it really influences your actions. Your perception influences your actions, and with that, your results. Yes? And with that, it will influences always, the situation will always be not, which is, let's say, it's not the main problem, but it will be a problem because you are coming from the problem, you see, instead of the solution. This is an example. So this principle here is really very much important, and it's, let's say, without a positive mental attitude, the rest of these principles, this philosophy, cannot fully come alive. So you really want to operate from the highest, from thinking, you see, from a higher consciousness to the lower, in order and structure. You may want to start to answer, to respond, instead of reacting, which is very much habitual behavior. Yes? And so you start now to think, and start to think is through questions. Yes? This is the way you start to become really aware. Awareness comes from thinking, but through questions. You see, it's not hard to think, as a lot of people think, or may think they think. Is just that is it's not easy to be confronted with the truth. Yes? Because when you start to think, and this was with me too, you see, I'm not judging no one here or to call you out, is really when you start to make the questions, and they are very simple questions, but it's not hard to answer. It's just difficult to look and see the answer. You know, these bring us there in that point where we understand that it was always us. But this is not a guilt, you see. This is just to recognize, because it doesn't matter your past. It doesn't matter what happened, which area of your life. You must become aware of in the depth where you are at now. What matters is that you become aware, and then you have the power to choose to think different. You see, you don't choose to do different. You must to go higher. So you must start to think different. And so this is why a lot of people really struggle with this principle, which is the power of consciously choosing. Yes? To focus in what we really want instead of things that we don't want. It's really operating from that pleasant personality, you see, that I already spoke about. You see, every principle is really interconnected. As I always say, you cannot separate the fingers from the hand. Everything in our body has a connection, and this is completion. This makes us anatomic, perfect. Yes? So we are very much conditioned to react to outside circumstances rather than to respond with intention. You see, to respond, it means we have to leave the outside world for a while and come and return to that place within, to that place when we start to recognize through questions, by thinking through questions ourselves. And these principles help us. Yes, they are really structure and order. That's all. That's all I recognize when I start my mentorship. Yes, I recognize that this was really a huge, of course, with the mentorship, I was not alone doing that, but let's say I had to do the work by myself. Yes, I had to do the work by myself. No mentor, no coach, no one can really walk this path. This is your life. You have to walk by yourself, you see, but you're not alone. You're not alone. So we are very much reacting to the circumstances rather than to respond. So when this happens, especially because we are being taught to focus on what's wrong instead what is possible. We have been taught to see the problem, but not the solution, to focus on the solution. With the positive mental attitude, with this principle, these principles invite you to reclaim your power, to redirect your thoughts, and consciously align with the life that you are meant to create. And here we go back to, of course, to definiteness of purpose, you must have a direction. Yes, so that you can direct your idea to that life that already starts within you. Yes, to that idea of that pleasant personality that you know you have, and you will gain more pieces of it when you walk really this path that is meant for us all to walk, but there is a powerful decision coming from you choosing the best, the greatest for yourself. Yeah. So this principle really gives you the power to reclaim your life back, because we always give from an empty cup, as I always say. And then when you reclaim your power, you redirect your thoughts, because now you have a direction. You know it. And consciously you align really your life with who you are meant to become. You see, the life you are meant to live comes from that positive mental attitude. It comes from that pieces that is already within you, that greater version that you start to embody. It exists already within you. It's only the awareness of a higher level of how you see yourself to be today. From a state of mind that is really peaceful, that is abundant. Yes, that goes always the extra mile, because we are operating from generosity and intention. And that vision that you see and you receive when you know that you know. Yes, it's really just coming to you, because there is, through this vision, you will really become always a bit a new you as you walk. This is a different level of you being you, but higher. Yes, greater is you developing your skills, is you unlocking that potential within you. So this is all the power of you choosing consciously, not from a place of automatic choosing. Yes, but choosing always something new that you know it's already inside of you, probably dormant. Yes, it needs to be recognized from you, and you will know when you walk this path of personal growth and expansion. This is the beauty of this path. And so I really recommend you to see not only the replay of this of today's episode, but go from the beginning. Okay, go from the beginning, and most of all, not just to hear what I am saying, what it resonates with you, but also to reflect their amazing questions and how you may want to apply, okay, these principles. So Of course, I have my own perspective in how I embody and see positive mental attitude. I see it more than just be positive or more than just to be optimist. It's really a foundation, it's a state of being. It's an energetic alignment with truth, vision, and of course, inner power. That you, of course, this is what this principle activates within. You see how powerful and power is this? Actually, every principle, but this is really amazing. Yes. So, positive mental attitude is for me awareness. It's the begin with the understanding that I, in my life, always had the choice, but I never knew that I had the choice until I was really confronted with a very deep situation in my life. And after some years, I start to think about my life, about me. And then because I was making questions, and so works the law, yes, when you start to focus in to be greater, I mean to have greater is where we always focus, but actually everything really starts on being, on expressing, on embodying. Yes. So I really didn't know that I had a choice. And it was by understanding that I had a choice that my perspective started to shift. And then it led me to this path where I call it freedom, creativity, and prosperity. This is actually my call. And I embody it very much every day in all my being, with all my being, in all my actions. And I'm very much alignment. And I really feel so much blessed to be here and to have this channel and guide you to this path. Yes. So to lead with vision instead of fear, and then to align with that spiritual wealth and fulfillment is really everything that I really experiencing, and actually probably a lot of you, but there is different levels. Yes, different levels, and the awareness where you are at now, I don't know. But this you can, you see, become aware for yourself and decide, have the choice to upgrade it, always to go higher, greater. Yes, understanding that with that you are in the flow. You are in the flow. So this is really what I think about the positive mental attitude. Is really you creating that greater thoughts that create that life that you really want, where you start to focus in things that you really want. And then you start to choose to think from a place of presence of today, everything that has to do with what you really, really want, you focus your attention on. Yes, but from a place within. And then you start to, you see, to respond to life, because now you are coming from a higher perspective. And you align with your truth. It means you understand your truth when you start to embody the truth through that personality that you are becoming, because you are walking, you are giving a certain direction. That direction is being led from within. It's not the situation that is leading you. You are leading the situation by responding. Yes? And of course, when we have that direction, when we have the power to choose consciously, to always to focus on the things that we want, always to respond instead to react life, we must, of course, be in resonance with ourselves, with that personality that we are seeing to be, that self-image that we must really embody, yes, while we are walking that greater vision. We are walking our vision through putting out that pieces of that version that is already inside of you. And these pieces that altogether make a greater version of yourself, yes, this is what it will return as a result, as an effect. Not the vision itself, but the person that you start to express, that comes from that place already in fulfillment and in meaning, not because you are impressing and something that is not true. It's the truth. It's only that you are now becoming aware, and through persistence and through consistency, you will really recognize that it was always within yourself. Okay, so this is amazing, this principle. And we have really to walk the talk. We must come here and really study all these principles, and then really recognize, okay, this resonates with me, and then you start to really to embody. Okay, so thoughts are really creative. They are the bridge between what we imagine and what we experience. And to me, a positive mental attitude is, as I was saying, to choosing from the highest, most excellent version of ourselves, not reacting, but responding from clarity and truth. So it's about knowing that we are already that vision that is already planted in the day of our birth within us. It's a code. It's already there. But it's refining and unfolding it through your personality, through your expression, through your presence, by you becoming aware. Yes, this is exactly what it is you becoming that version by expression, not just by visualizing, not just by auto-suggestion, but really to put it out with words, but coming from that place, yes, from that place of higher consciousness. So when we act from that truth that it has everything to do with you, yes, we begin to attract in life all that is in resonance with your truth. And this is so simple. And if we are very much aware and we start to observe, I would journal. I journal a lot. Yes, I write everything that I observe, especially now, I write, and then I always go back when I cannot still understand. I always go back, and when I'm open and always, and be very much receptive to the answer, because it's sometimes something that is blocking us. Yes. So, but when we are open, really the answer will flow very much easy to you. It's just that we must be persistent. Yes. And to have that patience too. Yes. So when we act from that truth, we are in alignment with the universal laws. Because when we act from that truth, we are claiming what is within us. Yes, we are walking that truth, and everything that it has to do with that resonance, because this is everything that has to do with you, is energy, and everything that is in the resonance from that frequency vibration. It will be through your embodiment and through your expression and through commitment decision of it. It will be that you will attract that possibilities. Yes, that you attract opportunities that are only in resonance with your truth. That's why I say it's important that we start to express it, to embody it. This is what the power, where the power lays, is in expressing. And so the results will be really a reflect from the attitude that you choose every day. Okay? The results is really the reflect of the attitude that you choose. It doesn't matter if it takes, if you don't see direct, it doesn't matter. You just have to understand that what you believe to be your truth must and is a fact. It must, and because we are working with precise laws, this is amazing. It's just that you must become aware. Yeah, that's why I'm here. And so I had also moments in my life where I didn't really fully recognize these principles or the power of this principle. It was of course present in my life. I also had moments of being positive. Yes, I I also had moments where I see everything beautifully outside. Yes. But I wasn't truly living in alignment. I was giving very much focus to fear, to things that I don't want, to criticism and loss. Yes. And you know what? Everything, it really came to me and knocked at my door. I had to experience all of that because I was being in that mental attitude that it was not alignment with my true essence, but I was in the discovering in the I was discovering it. So I really let circumstances shaped my mindset. I judged, I doubted, and I operated, of course, from a survival and from being just a provider. And this is the truth. And maybe it resonates also with you. Yes. And it's okay when we recognize, like, certain parts of us. Yes. They I know that I love that part of me because it really made me the woman, the personality, and the woman that I am today. So I embrace it and then I release it. Yes. So with all that, I forgot the deeper purpose behind of what I was doing. You see, and this is what happens most of the time. Yes, when we are not knowing better, when we are operating from a survival and provider state of mind, state of being, from an awareness that it don't have anything to do with we returning back to that inner world of us where everything starts. We are very much in that prison, which is a mental prison, but we start to focus really outside, not knowing that we have the power to choose. And so this was, like, for me, long years really living from fear. So I have to tell you that everything really starts to affect um, my business, my health, my relationships. I had to experience really from from bankruptcy and losing my home, and my relationships were also very much not stable. Yes, because I was not being stable. I was not living from my truth. Yes, I was not focusing on the solutions, on the possibilities to grow from a place of purity, of conscious, higher conscious. I was very much coming from reaction. Yes, from a place of already existing, and I'm always most of the time experience the same over and over and over and over. Yes, and that's why to become aware of this, one of these principles that I'm talking today, it was really my the key for my freedom. It was always inside of me, but with that I really break through. Yes. So after this principle was being studied and applied, I started really to practice true reflection and journaling. I began asking myself higher questions, not better, but higher questions. And these thoughts really brought me to recognize the changes that I had to do within me. And was then through the mentorship that I started, that everything really started to shift. Yes, because I did the inner work. Yeah. So this is really what it really changed me, and then with that, how I respond to my life, and how I started really to have the power to choose to be greater, to walk a journey of development, not just by changing the circumstances, like to start doing things different, but to start to recognize the different personality that I started to embody, and I became much more relaxed, more in tune with my true being, with a purpose that I'm supposed to do here in this world. And I am using all my abilities, yes, in service as a human being, of course, empowering others, inspiring others. I decided really to be a change, and really to bring that change through different ideas that I received, and then to implement them, to create them. But for that, of course, we need to become that greater personality. I was not like, I don't want to say I was not this person. I was always this person, but I was not recognized this person like for 10 years ago. Yes, but it was through the process of personal growth. Yes, having a direction, having that positive mental attitude, going the extra mile. Yes, applying faith. Yes, that pleasant personality, yeah, that I really start to recognize more and more. And here I am, and I'm very, very happy to to be able to walk this path with you here in this community. And so this is nothing that I would change for anything in this world. And I'm so happy that everything came like it came, and I had the power to choose. And every day, each and every one of us has the power to choose. Imagine that. Yes? So how are you able to change? Which area of your life you are feeling that there's something that it has to change? Yes? And where are you putting now your focus? Where? So the moment I choose to take full responsibility for the direction of my thoughts, I began to reconnect with that essence, with my true essence. So I really realized that I could transmute my emotions. Yes, that emotions of fear, of doubt, of pain, and use them for growth. And that energy of faith and courage could rise again. Even when I was observing that fear, yes, I really raised from that fear through the power of being in that essence of who I truly am, yes, which is the courage, faith, love, yes, abundance, prosperity, yes, this is my essence, excellence. This is who I represent each and every day. So, who are you representing? Yes. Now, it's not about being perfect, really not. I am within something is, I'm coming from that perfection, but it's not about to coming outside and representing this truth that I know to be that I believe it's my truth. It's really not about being perfect, but I am, while I'm walking, I am very much being her. Yes, I am being me. And it's about being present in this precise moment and then be in alignment with my vision, with my intention, and with my purpose. Yes. And that's why to be here, it's really a part of my purpose. Am I being perfect in my eyes? Yes, I am. But I know that I can be greater every day. And this is the chance today to be greater, yes, and be in gratitude for this moment to represent, you see, this picture of who I know to be, truth, to be here. It's all it matters. And I'm doing because I have to be loyal, because I want to be loyal, because it's joy, is fulfillment, but because I know that I'm here serving infinite lives. Yes? So I would love now that you reflect, and if you want, of course, you can share in the comments, yes? Where in your life, yes, reflect upon, where in your life are you reacting instead of responding from alignment, yes? Which part of your life you could start to respond, could start to erase your consciousness, and you start to see the world with the eyes from that higher version that you know it's your true essence. This is what you want to experience. You see, which area of your life you could erase your perspective. Yes. What is that you want really to experience? So if what is that you want to experience, you are not seeing outside, you're making yourself depending from the situation to experience. Yes. How could you change that? How could you change that? How could you align that vision with that higher version that you know you are, and all you have to be is to express? Yes? It's all that you have to do is actually to be, you see? And which area you can choose, which area can you choose to have that positive mental attitude? Which area in your life you could choose today? Yes, we're talking about today. You could choose today. by having a positive mental attitude. And when you have a direction, now, are you thinking and making decisions from that vision, or are you making decisions, choices from fear? So are you in alignment? This would be also a great question for you to answer. You see, you're not confronted, when you don't start, if you start to think it, you start to think by making such a questions, you see. So you don't have to know direct, yes, the answer, but the answer is already inside of you. Now it's just to be open to receive, yeah, to see what is have to change, and then only then you can make the change, not before. Okay, so I would love that you share, of course, your reflections in the comments. Yes, even after the live you can put it in the comments, and I am going to read, and I love to read your comments anyways, and answer if I may answer. I answer, of course. And I want you to know that you are not alone in this path. You are here in this community. You are not alone. That's why I created this community, which is very much full of empowerment, inspiration, and unity, expansion. Yes, the right ones are here. You see, I know how the energy works. So I trust, and I know this is my truth. And I know you are so important. You see, in the picture of something bigger, you are having your place there. So claim it. You just have to claim it. Yes. So we are really getting close to this to the end of this episode. But before we go, of course, I wanted really to tell you that positive mental attitude is not a technique. You know, it's not mechanic, like the German would say. It's not mechanisch. It's a way of being. Remember, this is a way of being. It has everything to do with you. All these principles has to do with you. It's an activation of a version that is within you. Okay? This I wanted to underline. It's a sacred decision to be who you truly are, regardless the situation. Yes. The situation, never give power to the situation, because you cannot change nothing that is already done. Yes. But you can go to the cause, which is within you. You see? It's a process, and I guarantee you is so magical. I can talk by experience. It's magical. Don't give power to circumstances. Don't give power to others. Live your life. You see? You have, when you give a direction, when you discover your purpose, you not only are living in truth within you, but you also start to be the gift for the entire world. And this is the truth, okay? I'm not exaggerating, yes? So that's why it's so important, the impact in the global scale, so important, yes, for my purpose. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I'm coming from that personality, you see? I'm coming from that personality, and this is what counts. We just have to be ourselves, regardless the situation. Be yourself, It's so amazing how empowerment you receive, not from the world, from a higher power that flows to and through and from you, and that's all. Yes? We just have to fulfill our truth, remain in the intention, purpose, yes, and always give the direction. Yes? Our thoughts, our emotions, and then express it through embodiment. Okay? With an organized plan. And make always decisions that comes from that positive mental attitude. And when we go out, towards everything in that positive mental attitude, we attract the same. We attract the same. Yes? Only we have to be in that faith. We have to know that we know. Otherwise, you will not have the power. You will not have the power to move that mountain. Yes? You will not have the power to move the mountain. But through faith, yes, you will have. Because faith makes the mountain, away. You will see the mountain much more smaller, so that you can jump, or you can, you don't have no effect within you. Yeah, and makes the impossible possible. So to embody the energy of your vision, to think with purpose, and to live with truth, is you embodying the positive mental attitude. When you embody this principle of life, of you being in that higher frequency vibration, yes, coming from excellence, from perfection, from love, compassion, prosperity, everything that is actually your essence, yes, it's just a choice. Is you really living your truth? Is you living in fulfillment? Is you receiving great ideas that you may want to serve others? Yes. How do you want to impact? Yes. How you want to contribute for a better, greater world? I always made that questions for myself. Yes. So I received the answer. I receive me. And so I am just expressing. That's all I have to do. Okay. So I really encourage you to keep showing up. Yes. To come here and see all these powerful principles. Keep making really powerful decisions, and of course with commitment, intention, purpose, having a direction. Live every day with a positive mental attitude, because it's the power that you have when you choose consciously, yes, where you respond rather than you react to life, because this is the power that you receive as a gift. There's much more. When you start to uncover it, there's no end. Yes. So choose to be that greater parts of you. Recognize it, and then you start to express it. Okay. So, and of course, if you really resonate with this message and you would love to work with me and to go more in the depth of all these principles, you may want to book a guidance call. We can really know a bit more each other, and we can really start to align. I can start to align you with your next level, and this we do, of course, together. Yes. So there is another service that I actually giving, a service that I'm offering, a study moment, mid-time lecture, in which I present 3 times a week. And you may want also to join if you have any interest to gain more depth of this information by support, accountability. You can also go to my landing page. Also in the description, you can click and check out everything only for you. The greatest from greatest, of course. And remember that you are not alone. You have this community, okay? You have this community, and this community is here to support you. It's here where we really can grow all together. And this community is really a movement of self-awareness and living in purpose. And we can really impact, we can create. Yes, we can create pieces through our talents, pieces of a greater world, you see, all together, because we are united. We are unified with a greater power that connects us. Yes. So I love to be here. My God, I just see it's again 1 hour, but I am so much in fulfillment. It's really going the extra mile by generosity and of course intention. Everything is just fine. I thank you so much, of course, for being that you are here. And I will be Thursday again back with another powerful principle, enthusiasm, which is faith in action. So you don't want to miss this. So I would say you click the notification bell so that you can really become the notification and you'll show up. And I am sure that will be a great session, exactly like today, or even greater, because we always in the growth process, in the development. And I say for today, wonderful blessing day. I see you all next Thursday, this Thursday at 3 p.m. God bless you. See the replay. Spend time to discover your true self. Yes, it will bring you so much happiness and fulfillment. Thank you so much. God bless.